Hi and welcome. It's Tammy Braswell, and I'm so excited to have you here, whether you're here live with me or you're going to be watching the video after it's complete. I'm bringing to you those higher awareness, expanding your perspective series of conversations that I'm offering to help you to just have a new awareness of different things that are happening for you, because we can't make changes until we have recognized that there's something going on that we want to change. We'll just stay the way we are until something in our life either forces us to change or we recognize that we want to change. So in this video, I want to talk about the people in your life as the messengers of your next level of growth and healing. So lately, I've just been noticing this a lot more and bringing it to the attention of the people that I work with. And I wanted to share little thoughts about what that might mean. So we're in relationships because they help us grow. Part of this human experience is that we want to have the friction, if you will, or that ability to press up against someone else and be able to expand ourselves from that experience. So we do want relationships. Our soul loves to be in relationships in the physical world, yet they're challenging, and most of us have challenges in our relationships. And anytime someone shows up, and you take a look at how you're experiencing them, the reason that you're experiencing them that way is there's something in you that is ready to expand, to grow, and to be healed. And when I reference healing, I'm talking bringing to a wholeness, bringing to a completion that part of yourself, that experience. And so when people are showing up and they trigger anything in you, whether it's a feeling of upset, something on the lower side, anger, frustration, or it can still be a trigger because they're pushing something or connecting to some part of you, the love or the kindness or the compassion. You're out in the world and you see somebody who is maybe looking like they're struggling in their life, and you want to help them. That struggle of theirs triggered that compassion and that love in you. If you're around somebody who triggers you and irritates you or frustrates you or annoys you, that's what they're triggering inside of you. And you can only experience that which is in you. So if you get angry, that means that there is anger inside of you. And the beautiful thing about the people showing up in your life as the messengers for your growth, expansion, and healing is that, I just lost the thought a little bit, but they show up to allow you to grow in that way, to change something that you're inviting in. So you've been sending out some kind of message. Maybe I want to be kinder, or especially when we're on our spiritual growth path, we'll be like, oh, when I want to have more compassion, I want to feel more love, I want to feel more connected to people. And then people will start showing up that trigger you in your old patterns, and they do that so that you can step into that person, becoming that person that you've been inviting by saying, I want to be more compassionate, I want to be more kind, I want to be more loving. They're showing up to show you how you can do that, because you can either continue in the old patterns of being triggered and irritated by them, or you can look at them and think, I want to feel more love in this space, so how can I love this person more? And we really have been conditioned and taught to think that the world happens to us, and then we put blame out there and we become a victim and it's somebody else doing it to us, rather than taking the opportunity of being responsible as the cause, as the center point of our life, to then have everything, every person, every experience be a reflection and a creation of ours from the place that we're at. So everything is a message, not just the people, but the experiences you're having are letting you know where you're at along your journey. Are you at the level of love that you want to be at? Are you at the level of compassion? And looking out at what people are doing around you gives you that opportunity to start to understand that. And when you have discord in a relationship, you generally have it in more than one. So it isn't just in one place. I'm going to take a moment just to say thank you for those of you who are here with me watching. Lucy, Linda, Lisa, thank you for joining me live. So we really are look out at our life and start to evaluate how these people are showing up for us and how we can change whatever it is within ourselves. Because our world is based on our beliefs, our thoughts, and our feelings. You have beliefs, that's your core programming, and then from there you have thoughts, how you perceive the world, and then you get emotionally involved with those thoughts. And then you have more experiences of that thing. So the more that you can actually shift or pay attention to what's going on around you and then shift in you what you want to change, then your outer experience changes from that. And I really see that relationships are an amazing opportunity for growth and to see where we can become the next version of ourselves. Thanks, Lucy. So in my own experiences, I got triggered by a lot of things. And now when they happen, I really do say, okay, where in there is there an opportunity for me to become the next version of myself or to be the better version of myself? Because they're showing me where I get triggered. And again, if it's a great trigger, like loving somebody more, being more compassionate because that's what's turned on, then that's what you're sharing. And if it's something that doesn't feel good to you, like a person at work, irritates you every time they do this thing, well, why is that? What is going on within you that triggers that? Because people, especially on the spiritual journey, will talk about people being projecting onto you. So in that case, I believe that we are the central point and that everything is a reflection of us and what we're believing, thinking, and feeling. But when we see that, then we become the observer of that situation and maybe why they're creating that or why that other person is doing that as what appears to us. But still, we have to have some recognition of that thing. So you can't see that someone's angry or hateful unless those are also in you. We can only see in another that which is in us. So if you're seeing it, then that means that there are aspects of those feelings within you, and the reason they're showing themselves is for the opportunity to heal them. And if you're listening to something like this, then you're somebody who is working with that more consciously. Most people are unconscious in the fact that they don't realize why that's happening. They just get triggered, they get upset, and it just keeps perpetuating, and they keep having the same old patterns in their relationships with other people. But when you become on, or you start to be on the conscious journey of recognizing what is going on in your outer experiences so that it reflects back in how you want to shift what's inward, what's internal, then you can make a different choice on how you want to participate in that. You can let yourself get emotional and go through the same old patterns, or you can start to say, okay, well, how can I feel differently about this? How can I show up in a different way? And you're not doing it for the other person, you're doing it for yourself. You're looking at what message is this person sharing with me? So if you have stuff with your parents or your spouse or in a relationship or with your children or with your boss and your coworkers, it's all an opportunity for you to say, okay, what do I see in this situation? And how can I step up as the person that I want to be? Because there again, we're always sending out these requests to the universe. I want this to be different. I want that to be different. I want more of this and I want more of that. And so when things start showing up that show us how we can become the person who can have that more, we get uncomfortable and we fall back into our old patterns and wonder why that new thing, that new experience isn't showing up. It's because we're still playing in the old energy of the patterns that we've had for so long that we aren't noticing them. And again, it's an opportunity for us to do something different. Instead of looking at life like it's being done to you, it's coming through you. And you get to choose how you're going to show up. And if somebody really triggers you, then take a break from them and just see what it is that you can shift within yourself. There are different little techniques. There's something called Ho'oponopono, and it's a Hawaiian healing process that has 4 statements. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. You can Google for more information if you want that. Dr. Hugh Len, can't pronounce his first name, but his last name is Hugh Len, brought forth this process, and it helps to heal in you that which you see in the outer world. So what you see in another is actually an aspect of yourself that is inviting you to heal it. You don't have to heal it. You can continue whatever patterns you're working with. But if you want to heal that, then it's an opportunity to do that. And it's just a little process that you can say when those feelings come up. There are other little techniques that you can do it too. That's one that I share. I teach a class at a community college on energy, and I always share that because the basis of his work is that you are responsible for everything in your experience. Even in some levels of spiritual teaching, we come to know that we are responsible for what we think and feel, but actually from a higher level, you're responsible for everything that shows up. There is something within you that even allows you to see it. And it's an opportunity for you to heal that if you want it to change. That's when you do the healing work, is if you want it to change. If you're happy with something, then you don't have to do the healing work. If you don't want to keep repeating it, then you want to work on bringing it to a whole space and to bring it to completion. Because in some of the work that I do, or in the work that I do with the people I work with, we bring in other lifetime experiences that still influence this one. And our soul will choose to bring forth other experiences from other lifetimes that it didn't feel complete in. That's part of this journey, is our soul wants to feel a level of completeness in different experiences that it wants to have. And so if it doesn't feel complete, it repeats it. And it can bring that into this lifetime, but we also do that in this lifetime. So if you notice repetitive stuff in relationships, boyfriends or spouses or girlfriends or whatever that keep cheating, that is a repetitive pattern, right? So there's something within you that can be healed to allow you to have a healthier relationship with somebody who's more committed. Or health issues. If you notice that, or not notice, or know that you have health issues that keep repeating. They might go away for a little while, but then they come back again, such as cancer will go into remission and then it'll come back. So the core emotional aspect of that energy was not healed. So it needs to show you again what's going on, and usually gets more significant, and I'll use the word aggressive. So it's more in your face. You got to deal with it. It keeps getting heightened. That's because there's a part of you that has asked that this be healed. And so you're being shown ways that it can be healed, because everything you desire is at a higher level than where you're at, or you would already have it. And to move into that higher level, you have to up-level yourself. And in up-leveling yourself, you change the experiences that you have. But you also want to release the old stuff. And that's where these opportunities come from. So I invite you to go out into your world and to look at your relationships, the good ones and the not so good ones. and see where it is that you can make a shift in yourself. And something that I know is significant but challenging for many people to do is if you want something more in your life, you become that first. So if you want to experience more love from others, then you give more love. And you do this in a pure, unconditional way. So you don't have any expectations that because you're giving this person love that they have to come back and show you that equivalent. You just show them love. You just keep doing it. And it will come back. And maybe not even from that person, but from other places. But show up as the person acting in the way that you want to see others act too. Because again, they're a reflection of what's in you. So to have something different in the outer experience, you have to change what's going on within you. I hope this information is helpful. If anybody has any questions or thoughts or comments, I always say this, there's a little delay in what I'm saying and then what Facebook throws back. So I'll take a minute and just go ahead and write anything in the comments if you want to share. And to always stand in integrity for the information I'm offering to you. You know, I'd love for you to take away, I don't like to use the word hope. I just actually shared that with somebody today that hope means maybe or maybe not. So when I bring forth this information, I know it'll resonate with those of you who have been inviting it in, who have been sending out a message that you'd like more information. So this is your information. I'll joke with people and say I'm the answer to your prayer. But so I'm sending out this information and sharing it with you so that you can step into a higher level of your awarenesses and into having a different perspective, an expanded perspective of your life. However, if you find it challenging working with this information, but you want to, there's something in you saying, oh, I get this, but I'm not sure how to work with it. Then I invite you to connect with me and let's chat, because this is what I do. And it is more challenging for us to see our own stuff. I can still tell you that I have that too. It's easy for me to see other people's stuff and to help them. But sometimes we're so involved in our own stuff and so emotionally connected to it that we don't see a lot of the details that someone else from the outside can say, oh, you know, it's this. Because I too work with people who are more experts in different areas that I'm not real strong in. And so I look to them and they'll say to me, oh, Tammy, this is what's coming up from what you're saying. And as soon as they tell me it, it makes complete sense. I understand it. I'm like, yes, but I didn't see it myself. But I know as soon as they say it that that's true. But it took an outer perspective to be able to share with me, this is what's going on. So still, we've invited that person in so that they can see what we cannot easily see. So if you're watching this, then some part of you wants to make a shift. And you can work with little things like the Ho'oponopono or other techniques out there. There's numerous ones. But if you'd really like help with identifying what those situations are, so you come and say, hey, I'm having this go on with this person, to really be able to see it more clearly, then contact me and let's chat, because that's what I can help you do. And I want to be sure that you have all that you need when you walk away from watching a video, because that's the point. I want to share this information so that you can live your life at a different, higher level for yourself and to experience more of what you want in your life. And if you would like support in doing that, then I'm here. And I will put the link in the comments that you can click on and schedule a chat with me, and we'll just see where you're at and where you want to go. And if working together will get you there, then we'll take that next step. So I don't see any current comments or questions. And I want to thank you all for watching. And I'd love to hear. You can always comment later on, if you're watching this as the just the video itself, not live, go ahead and feel free to comment, to ask questions, to do whatever in the comments that you want to. Well, you know, within reason, just kidding. But go ahead and just share what you're thinking, what you're feeling, any questions you have, and I will respond to it. So much love to you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.